All right.
I don't want to kick a single field goal this entire year. Just
field
cut
goals
the
are
kicker.
lame.
Field goals are lame.
I feel like the NFL would be better if they just narrowed the uprights. Like, yeah, you could kick it if you want, but it's a really narrow. It's like the XFL, like the Arena League.
Right.
That's better. Like, who wants to attempt a 50-yard field goal now?
And we never would have had to suffer through a minute of Jake Moody if we had a smaller field goal.
All right. So I've been thinking a lot about Trey Lance and Jim Harbaugh. I love the idea of it. I hope it goes well. But then over here in Santa Clara, you got Mac Jones and Kyle Shanahan. A very similar situation. Mac's on his third team in 3 years. And he seems like he's found the right team for him. He's in a good spot. Then you got Zach Wilson from the same draft class. He got chewed up and spit out, but now he's on his third team and he's with Mike McDaniel in Miami. And you got Justin Fields with Aaron Glenn starting for the Jets. Those were the 4 quarterbacks taken after Trevor Lawrence in that COVID draft. They all were massive busts, but as we've learned, sometimes you can write off quarterbacks too soon. Which one of these reclamation projects will be most successful in your opinion?
I want to say Trey Lance because he's still the youngest out of all of them, isn't he?
Yes.
I want to say Trey Lance. I think realistically it will be Mac Jones. But the dichotomy of both situations is so fascinating. Because on one hand, you have Kyle, who is not known for instilling confidence into his quarterbacks at all. In fact, his trademark is breaking their confidence and running them out of town. And then you have Harbaugh. We all know what Harbaugh does with quarterbacks. But it's interesting seeing Mac feeling so comfortable and thriving with the 49ers, much like Darnold did, and the success that then translated into, because what's probably going to happen with Mac is unless something catastrophic happens for the 49ers, he will maybe play one game, hopefully, one game at the end of the year. We've already won the division and we have a number 1 seed, but then we'll go to another team at the end of that contract within this same system and probably have success.
Yeah, it's fair to project him as a starting quarterback in 2 years when that contract's up. Because look at Darnold did like nothing for the 49ers and was signed to be a starter with Minnesota based off his knowledge of the system.
Right. With Lance, it's a very different situation because Lance has more physical tools than Jones did, but with, I don't know, a couple thousand fewer career snaps, infinitely less experience, and a way worse situation that he fell into. The problem is he going to get enough reps to actually show the league that he's worthy of another job unless Harbaugh has some absolutely insane, no way it's going to happen master plan to trade Justin Herbert and go cheap at the quarterback position.
He did it once upon a time with Alex Smith, but yes.
I mean, if there was
Justin Herbert had that 4-pick game, it made me wonder because, like, that's the one thing you can't do under Harbaugh. He's cool with you being a game manager, but you start throwing multiple picks, he'll look at you like, "Why are you single-handedly losing this game for us? Why?"
Listen, if there was ever a team or a franchise to trade away their franchise quarterback, it's the Chargers because they don't have enough fans to care,
and they don't have any money.
No, so I could see it happening. It would not be a smart move. That would be genuinely insane, but it would be interesting to see what Lance could do starting like 5 or 6 games with Harbaugh.
Yep.
And those weapons. I mean, Ladd McConkey alone, but like, I think Keandre Lambert-Smith is going to be a stud this year. That's a good wide receiver core. They're young, but like, that's a good core.
What about Justin Fields? I feel like he's the one starting this year. The offensive coordinator comes from Detroit. He was with Ben Johnson. He got his start at the University of San Diego under Harbaugh, which is interesting. I just feel like the Jets are such a bad organization that I kind of feel for like when Mac Jones gets his next chance to be a starter, presumably in 2 years, it'll hopefully be on a team that's better than the Jets. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like the fact that Justin Fields had to get his third shot on the Jets kind of feels like he's already set up for failure. Not that he's that great.
From a selfish perspective, I have Garrett Wilson in fantasy, and I would like Garrett Wilson to have a big year.
Yeah,
What's that?
Yeah, good luck with that.
I know. Yeah. It's not ideal. It's not ideal.
Then there's Zach Wilson. What about Zach Wilson? Him and McDaniel? That's
which franchise is more of a poverty franchise, though? The Dolphins or the Jets? I mean, come on.
Jets.
I mean, yeah, the Jets. The Jets.
Good question.
The Dolphins are just the Jets with better weather.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, if he could do what he did with Tua was kind of, I mean, Tua didn't lose that much, but Flores thought Tua sucked. And then McDaniel came over there and got Tua somewhat confident. Zach Wilson's a little bit like Mac Jones. I don't know. Maybe he's a little bit like Purdy. He can run. And in college, a lot of his highlights were him running around, making plays. Mm-hmm. And now he's got a really good scheme. I don't know. He was under Sean Payton last year.
I think
Zach Wilson.
I think Quinn.
He's married. He's no longer chasing Mills. I'm just saying.
Quinn Ewers is going to be the starter in Miami by the end of the year.
Quinn Ewers?
Quinn Ewers is going to be the starter in Miami by the end of the year. I really don't want to watch Tua die on a football field, but I have a bad feeling that we are going to see that happen.
I hope not.
I hope not. I don't want to see that. I wish he was smarter about his brain. It's really unfortunate. That's the other thing that's insane to me about Miami is like when you see just how much your team falls off without Tua, how do you not spend literally all of your money on getting him the best possible offensive line you can? Like, what?
Yeah.
If Tua were a 49er, Kyle would have gotten him killed.
Yeah. Well, look, I feel like it's fair to. I think Mac Jones is going to be a starter in 2 years. I wonder if Trey Lance will be a starter in a couple of years too, because, I mean, look how Alex Smith's career took off. He was with Harbaugh for 2 years, and then Andy Reid wanted him, and he had like a pretty successful career for 4 or 5 years with Andy Reid. I mean, I could see Trey Lance if Jim Harbaugh can just rehabilitate him a little bit, and maybe they keep Justin Herbert because he's so great, he could go somewhere else and just like Mac Jones.
Yeah,
he wouldn't have the stench of his failure with the Niners on him anymore.
Right. And again, his failure with the Niners was not his fault. Like that was just a ridiculous. Kyle did him so dirty. Kyle did him so unbelievably dirty. And just like, even besides the injuries, he was never going to get a fair shake. As soon as they went back because of the veterans on the team wanting Jimmy over Trey, it was doomed. You can't go back from that.
Yeah. If you remember, like Kyle really wanted to make a change at quarterback, but he's not the strongest. It's not like he just comes in and say it's my way or the highway. So a lot of veterans in the team are like, hey, we like Jimmy Garoppolo. And Kyle's like, okay, well, what if we do like a 2 quarterback system? What if we like remember they had a joint practice with the Chargers, and they had Drew Brees come and talk to both of them about the merits of a 2 quarterback system because he had done one with Taysom Hill, and they both sat there and listened to him like it was going to happen. And then they did it in the first drive of the season. Jimmy takes him down the field. Trey finishes it, and they never did that shit again because I don't think they liked it, or someone didn't like it. It doesn't
work. There's a reason why it's never worked and it's never been done before. Like
if I were a coach, first thing I would do, 2 quarterback system.
Yeah. Why not make it 3 quarterbacks?
Just give the organization a reason to fire me real fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, 3 quarterbacks, 7 offensive linemen.
You never know who's going to throw the ball on my team.
Right. Could be anybody.
Same. I think it'd be pretty good. If we made the playoffs, what would be the reason? What would be the reason we lost?
Kyle. Kyle. It's the reason every time.
That's true. They want Michael to be Chris Jones because use Jones at DN. Yeah, but Jones is 310 pounds. I don't think Michael Williams is going to be Chris Jones. He got a long way. Maybe he could be. I don't know. I don't see that though. Anyway, I don't have much more to talk about today. The Niners have practice tomorrow and the next day. Then Wednesday's off. Thursday's a joint practice with the Broncos. Friday off, and then Saturday's a preseason football game. I'm excited.
2 questions. What happened with Juszczyk and Garendo yesterday?
See, we don't know yet. When you ask assistant coaches what happened, they're like, you got to talk to the trainers. I think the head coach tells them, like, if anyone's going to reveal anything about injuries, it's going to be me. So Kyle's talks tomorrow. We'll find out about that. And it's annoying because it used to be that, like, the head coach would talk every other day.
Right.
They're throwing Brant Boyer in the mix. And how many questions could you possibly have for the special team? Like, we just got you. So anyway, that feels like a way for him not to reveal injuries, which is annoying.
Okay. What's your eye test on Corey Kiner look like?
He looks like he runs very hard, which is, he looks tough. He looks like he's instinctual. He has good vision. He's not super fast, but he runs really hard. So he seems like he runs really fast. I don't know. Like, they're trying to replace Jordan Mason, who was big. And this guy is not big. He's like 5'8", but he runs bigger than his size. I'm sure he could be a good. I mean, I don't really question Bobby Turner. I think Bobby Turner found him. He knows what he's looking for. He's a good fit. I don't know if he'll be special and transcendent, but I'm sure he could rush for 5 yards of carry in the system. Probably.
Any updates on the Jordan James injury?
No.
Okay.
No. Updates though. Ben Bartch going to be starting at left at guard. They said that Nick Sakel had a shot and he just wasn't that impressive, essentially. And then at weak side linebacker, they've given D Winters his shot and he still hasn't taken the job yet, essentially, is what the Johnny Holland said. So sounds like they're hoping Nick Martin takes it. He hasn't done so yet like Upton Stout has. Okay. That's where they're at.
How's he looking by the eye test?
To me, it's hard to judge a linebacker in practice because you kind of want to see how they hit and tackle. Right. And they don't really do very much of that. So he hasn't. Winters has 2 picks. Martin has none. But that's not any way to judge a linebacker. Yeah. So I'm just going to say that I have a tough time with linebackers and running backs. Those 2 positions I think are the hardest position to judge without tackling.
Yeah,
because the running back's ultimate job is to break the tackle.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Let's talk about McCaffrey for a second. How does he look? Like what? Because hilariously enough, he's the only fully healthy running back right now. Like you were saying during OTAs, that it looked like his third gear wasn't really there. Are you starting to see him kicking into that more? Like
no, he seems like a guy who's 29, who's trying to protect himself. He looks good. He's out there most days. But 2 years ago in 2023, which was his first, he's done 2 training camps. Yeah. Not last year, he got traded mid-season the first year. So 2023 and this year. 2023, he was so obviously going to win Offensive Player of the Year. It was so obvious. It was like, oh, he's way better than Debo. He's way better than Kittle. He's the best player. Like every day there'd be plays you're like, wow, that was incredible. But with him now, I think it's just like, he ran the ball. They don't like they'll throw him a screen pass. There's just not the same jaw-dropping plays, and maybe he'll kick it into gear when it counts. Yeah, I don't know if that gear exists anymore. I guess we'll have to see. Okay. At a certain point, when you get older, you lose the gear.
Oh yeah. Did you see Debo's interview on NFL Network yesterday?
Loved it.
Oh my God. Like, oh yeah, by the way.
That was so weird.
Debo
hey, I was going to give you a handshake, but your finger's messed up. I wasn't supposed to say that. Oh.
I'll give you a fist bump anyway.
It's like, no, I don't want to touch you. Corey Hyde says, which offensive rookie do you think will help us the most this season? Maybe the wide receiver. They're so thin at wide receiver. Maybe Kiner. I mean, if Garendo's hurt, James is already hurt. Kiner could make the team. They go through running backs. Yeah. This isn't the question. I asked the DB coach. Why am I forgetting his name? Who's the DB coach again?
Jesus. Daniel Bullock.
Bullock's DB. And he liked Jacob Robinson. Says he's fast, good athlete, smart, hasn't played corner before, but learning the position, sticky in coverage. Go ahead. He went to BYU. He's an undrafted free agent, ran like a 4.3. He's 5'10". He needs to put on like 10 pounds of muscle, but my favorite undrafted free agent. Okay. And I'm glad that Bullock likes him too.
I mean, we need corners. The corner position's looking brutal right now.
Gruber 89 has been a member for 30 months. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Nice. What you got going on the rest of the day?
It's finally nice out in New York City, so I'm gonna take the dog to the park and hang out in Prospect Park and bake.
That's nice. It's a good park.
It's a good park.
Yeah. Well,
can't beat it.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to hang around Santa Clara, see what this town has to offer. You know what I mean? I got to be back here tomorrow.
Go smell the slows in Milpitas.